Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a word that's thrown around all the time. But what does it really mean? Management. We're going to demystify it, figure out what it is, and more importantly, why it matters so much. Let's get into it. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever been on a team that just feels stuck? Like you're all spinning your wheels, going nowhere fast? Deadlines are flying by, no one's quite sure who's supposed to do what, and the whole thing just feels like organized chaos? It's super frustrating, right? So what's missing? Well, that missing ingredient, it's management. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Management is an intangible force. Its presence and absence can be thoroughly felt. You can't really see it, you can't touch it, but oh man, you can feel when it's there, and you definitely feel it when it's not. Okay, so let's get a real definition on the table. Management is basically the process of working with and through other people to hit a goal. But here's the crucial part, and I want you to lock in on these two words: effectively and efficiently. They sound kind of the same, but trust me, the difference between them is everything. It's what separates the good managers from the truly great ones. So what's the deal? Well, effectiveness is all about doing the right thing. Did you get the job done? Did you hit the target? Yes? Cool, that's effective. But efficiency, that's about doing the job right. Did you do it with the least amount of time, money, and energy? You could totally use a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. I mean, it's effective, the nut will be cracked. But it's not exactly efficient, is it? Great management finds a way to do both. All right, so how does management actually pull off this magic trick of turning chaos into control? It all comes down to giving a group of people structure and a shared purpose. Let's dig into the basic nature of what management really is. You know, management isn't just one simple thing. It's got all these different sides to it. For example, it's always goal-oriented. It only exists to get something specific done. And it's obviously a group activity. I mean, you can't manage an empty room. It's all about getting a bunch of people to work together. And like we said, it's that intangible force that makes a team just click. So if that's what management is, what do managers actually do all day? Well, the best way to think about it is that every manager has a toolkit. And in that toolkit, there are 5 essential tools they use to build success. And here they are: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Now, this isn't just a simple checklist you run through once. It's a cycle. It's continuous. So let's walk through this process and see how these tools bring a project from an idea to reality. Every single thing starts with planning. This is the blueprint stage. Before anyone lifts a hammer, you have to decide, what are we building? How are we going to do it? Who's doing what? The plan is the map that gets you from point A, where you are now, to point B, where you want to be. Okay, you've got the blueprint. Now you have to organize. This is where you bring together all the pieces. You assign the roles, you group the tasks together logically, you figure out who reports to whom, and you make sure everyone has the resources they need to actually follow the plan. You're basically building the structure. Next up, and this is a huge one, is staffing. This is the human piece of the puzzle. You can have the world's greatest plan and a perfectly organized structure, but if you don't have the right people in the right jobs, you're going nowhere. This is all about getting the best team on the field. So, your team is assembled. Now what? Now you have to direct. This is where leadership really comes alive. It's about inspiring people, motivating them when things get tough, and guiding the day-to-day work to make sure everyone is still following that blueprint and moving in the same direction. And finally, we have controlling. Think of this as the quality check. The manager is constantly looking at the work being done and comparing it to the standards set in the original plan. Are we on schedule? Are we on budget? If things are getting off track, this is where you step in and make corrections to get back on course. Now, here's the interesting thing. All managers use these 5 tools, but how they use them really depends on their position. See, management isn't some flat, one-size-fits-all thing. It operates on different levels. At the very top level, you've got your CEOs and presidents. They're thinking big picture, long-term strategy. Where is this whole company going? Then you have your middle managers, like department heads. They're the critical link. They take that big picture strategy from the top and turn it into actual, concrete plans for their teams. And finally, you have the lower or supervisory level. These are the foremen, the supervisors. They're on the front lines, dealing with the day-to-day work and directly guiding the workforce. So we have the 5 functions and we have the 3 levels. But there's one more piece to this puzzle. There's a secret sauce, a special ingredient that ties all of this together and makes the whole thing work. And that ingredient is coordination. This isn't just another function on a list. No, it's way more important than that. It's the very essence of management. I mean, listen to this description. Coordination is the soul of management. I love that. It's the invisible thread that weaves through planning, organizing, staffing, all of it. It makes sure every person, every department is synchronized, moving together in harmony like a world-class orchestra. So what does that actually look like? Well, coordination makes sure the marketing team isn't promising something the production team can't deliver. It ensures everyone is pulling in the same direction. And it's not just the CEO's job, it's the responsibility of every single manager at every level to act as that binding force. Okay, so we know the what's and the how, but why? What's the point of all of this? What is the ultimate endgame for good management? It turns out the ultimate point isn't just about making money. That's part of it, for sure. But truly great management is always balancing 3 big objectives: the goals of the organization itself, its responsibilities to society, and the personal needs of the people who work there. So yeah, for the organization, you need survival, profit, and growth. But there's also a social objective: to be a good citizen, use eco-friendly methods, and actually benefit the community. And maybe most importantly, there's the personal objective: making sure your employees are taken care of, financially, socially, and that they feel fulfilled by their work. It's about creating a win-win-win. So if you walk away with just one thought today, let it be this one. Management isn't about being the boss or having a fancy title. It is the incredible skill of taking the messy, chaotic, brilliant energy of a group of people and channeling it into collective success. Success for everyone involved. And here's the thing. This isn't just a business skill. We all manage things. We manage our finances, our family schedules, our personal projects. It's a fundamental life skill. So I'll leave you with this question. What are you managing today? And how can you do it a little more effectively and a little more efficiently? Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.